All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're watching me from. And here is another episode on our discussion, or let me say, an extension of the previous discussion we had. In the previous discussion, we had to discuss about the fact that we need to help one another, and like I said in the previous video, the help you seek for is quite closer to you than you are thinking of. So many of us are thinking afar, but nevertheless, we can still stop thinking too far, and look inwardly so that we can understand the fact that help is always closer than we think. Trust me. I understand the fact that God is the source of our help. That makes us to understand. He said, where does my help come from? He said, it cometh from the Lord who maketh the heavens and earth. So, whether we like it or not, we are bound to receive help. Yes, we are bound to receive help. One way or the other, we have, been one time a victim of help, or we have also decided to help somebody at one point or the other. And one thing people don't know is that the way help comes around us, or probably we can really get help, so to speak, is the fact that it comes from the sources where we don't know. And number one is the quality of friends you have around us. So many people think having friends, good friends now. Not all friends are actually good, but we can always nurture good friends regardless of whatever it is. So, having good friends around you, it might be in form of, your colleagues, it might be in form of your mentors, it might be in form of your elderly ones, that keep you up to date, telling you things that you need to do part time so that you don't fall into some errors or the other. Whether you like it or not, in one way or the other, they are helping you to actually streamline something so that you don't fall into some, terrible mistakes that they are falling into. They are trying to tell you this is the way to navigate things so that you can get some things done better than they did when they were in your shoes. And most of the times we don't know that the people around us, the friends around us, the good relationship we have nurtured around us are actually the source of help God has placed around us, such that we don't have to really struggle too much. Of course we have to pray, of course we have to speak to the Lord about these things, and it is God that we that touches the heart of men. He said, the heart of kings and princes are in my hands. So whether we like it or not, even those good people around you are still subject to the conviction of God touching their heart for your sake. And one thing most of us have been doing so far is the fact that we have allowed over familiarity to cloud our sense of judgment about receiving or getting help from people around us. And most times some of us worry about some little things that you can always just probably just a phone call to that closest friend of yours can actually solve. And most times when people hear the word help, most times they feel it's about the word money. Actually, it is not. Money is part of help, but it is not really a major form of help. Trust me. There are some help people will render to you, and it is much more valuable than money. Just take for example, probably you need something like let's say a fitness certificate, probably for a job interview, probably part of the documentation you need for a job interview, so that you can get employed in a place. And a friend of yours whose father is a doctor and is a very versatile doctor at that, probably a very good surgeon at that, and he has established himself in the medical field and all of that, and you need help from such persons because of the timeline attached to what you need the fitness certificate for. Now, what that friend of yours can obviously do in that particular situation is to just tell his or her dad that I have a friend who needs a fitness certificate, blah blah blah, and that is all. And in turn, he, the father now, or probably the mother who is a medical doctor, can always just tell you, okay, get the number of this person, I'm going to send it to you via WhatsApp or probably normal message. And when you call him, tell him you are from so person. Whatever your request is, he's going to grant it. And I promise that. And you just discover that within few minutes, few hours, what you've been thinking so far and wide for was actually granted, just because of the virtue of association, friends, good friends that you have around yourself. So whether we like it or not, relationship matters in this situation, especially in this country that we are at this particular point in time. I was listening to Apostle Joshua Selman one day, and he was talking about the fact that if you don't have some persons you can call right now and ask the person, I need so amount of money, or probably I need your help right now in my house, and the person cannot say yes, I'm on my way, just for your sake. He said you are sitting on a time bomb. And that is what exactly most of us are actually sitting on. You understand? Good relationship as to receiving help is very, very important. And apart from the fact that you being able to get help from people by virtue of association or relationship with people, you also have to position yourself in a way that you can help others. Like I said in the last video, that whether you like it or not, that little thing that you think it's in your hand that is not really so valuable is actually valuable in some people's sight. So whether you like it or not, you are holding some people's help right there in your hands, right there in your custody. Be a solution to people's problem. Make sure you help them when they need help. And if you think you don't have the capacity, you can always refer them to people that can always help them. Trust me, we are not always incapacitated to help people. Yes, we are not always incapacitated to help people. Make the lifestyle, make it in such a way that people will be comfortable around you to discuss with you about some things they are going through. Make it a personal information, not a public one. And I pray even as you do so, the Lord bless you in Jesus' name. See you next time. On to the next one. My name remains Aweyemi Olanrewaju. And in case you've not seen the last video, you can always check that on my page, and we'll be fine. Thank you, and God bless you once again. Have a wonderful day. I love you all.